and you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
It's hard to get an impression of a game when it is only briefly shown, but sometimes a little teaser trailer that doesn't show much is all that's needed, especially for Obsidian developers, which are masters at creating expensive games. The Elder Scrolls 6 coming from Bethesda, for example, showed the smallest announcement trailer ever and is still fueled with anticipation and theories 2 years after it released. It is always bound to happen with games like these. Obsidian Entertainment, renowned for its work on Fallout New Vegas, KOTOR 2 and The Outer Worlds, are looking to continue on their rise with Avowed, their latest game announcement. From its teaser trailer, the game looks like a much more advanced Skyrim experience, and I'm 100% fine with that. But according to some leaked details that just appeared on the internet, it is going to be so much more. This rumored information goes far beyond just general details, even claiming that Avowed is much larger than Skyrim, which is quite the claim for a game still years away from launching. There are more than 15 really specific rumors of interest in this supposed leak, which comes from Reset Era user Sponger, who is a non-industry insider, but as always, keep all of this information with a grain of salt. The first rumors are dealing with the world of Avowed. It states Avowed is a fully open world much larger than Skyrim in terms of everything. However, it qualifies this a bit more by saying it's a different type of larger, in that it's denser and more contrasted. This world is Eora, which is from the Pillars of Eternity setting, which is a game some of you might know, and in this world there will be a real-time weather system as well as world reactivity, which they describe as lightning, next-gen AI systems, and a lot of new physics. Whatever that is, I don't really know, but it sounds cool, right? Going past describing the world of Avowed, the leaker moves on to specific features that will be available to us right at the start. Avowed is said to have a very advanced and an extremely state-of-the-art character creation tool, but no details about what that means are provided. It'll also have mod support, which would be exciting on Xbox Series X. Bosses will be a big aspect of the game, with some explained to be really huge compared to other games of the genre. It will also have factions as well as companions, but both of those are explained as one thing special rather than equivalent to Skyrim or The Outer Worlds. Most importantly, the leaker talks about Avowed's improvement over their past games on every aspects. The next-gen capabilities will really shine on this one, with many gameplay and world elements to be improved. Avowed is being developed with around 100 individuals on the task, and Obsidian bringing extra people as time goes on. This is really the biggest game that's being worked on from the company, said to be much more ambitious than their latest game, The Outer Worlds. It is also said the game has been in development for at least 2 years and 7 months, which signifies Obsidian was already working on it before it was ultimately obtained by Microsoft, and then continued after the acquisition. The leaker states that Obsidian's present strategy is to launch Avowed in another 2 or 3 years, close to late 2022 or early 2023, which is a bit far in my opinion. There are other small details given in this leak about the game that are really interesting, like that Obsidian wants every character in the game to be killable like the Elder Scrolls franchise is allowing. Anyone can be killed, even your friends. Or our Obsidian will ensure that the game is filled with lore, landmarks, creatures, and more from the Pillars of Eternity games in every corner, so that the player doesn't feel like the world is empty or just a backdrop. It is also said that certain gods will have a word with every event happening throughout the game, and their decisions will affect about everything happening. For now, he said there are 2 very large cities planned for the game, as well as many smaller ones with strong focus on contrasting world areas, rivers, mountains, and desolated areas, and yes, you'll be able to swim. The leaker's goal was said to be for fans to know the game has a very strong vision and is in good hands. Of course, all of this should be taken with a massive grain of salt, as nothing has been confirmed yet, but it all sounds really promising if true. there are only a handful of things confirmed by the trailer or the developer thus far. Interestingly enough, the game is set in the world of Era, as I said before, which is a place Pillars of Eternity fans may realize is the same setting as it. This means that a few areas may be familiar to players when it launches, but at the same time it could be set somewhere else within Eora, could be years before or after, or any number of things. There's simply a ton of choices for Avowed. It is going to launch on PC, Xbox One and Xbox Series X, which means it's not technically a true Xbox Series X exclusive, though as said in the leak, Avowed is probably a good couple of years out. Obsidian Entertainment still has one more DLC in the works for the Outer Worlds after the Peril on Gorgon releases and the launch of Grounded to facilitate. However, it seems likely that both of those will reduce over the next few months, maybe even a year, to where the small crews that are working on those games will switch to Avowed and will become Obsidian's focus. In other words, it seems to be aiming for a release date a lot sooner than the Elder Scrolls 6, which I think both will be compared a lot in the coming future, but we'll have to see for that. Alright guys, if you'd like more gaming news on Avowed on the channel, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks to Pedro Oliveira and Jigglyboy for being a master member on the channel. You can become a survivor member for 99 cents only. It'll support me and the channel as a whole. Thanks for watching.